When we think of this season, obviously Deshaun Watson is going to be an important thing. Why do you think he will? Do you think he will bounce back? And if you do, why do you think he will?
Yeah, I do think Deshaun Watson's going to bounce back this year. Again, it was a situation where he had not played for nearly 2 years, and I think playing 6 games, he was going to be rusty. We all should have known that, and I think some of us did know that, but we didn't understand really how rusty he would be. I mean, he's still 58% completion percentage, 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 79 quarterback rating. Obviously, those stats are the worst of his career, but we have to look at the circumstances along with that. And again, he was learning a new offense under Kevin Stefanski. Not familiar with a lot of the receivers that he's been working with, tight ends. I mean, yeah, you have some training camp, but he didn't get to practice with the team that much. He's going to get a full offseason with Kevin Stefanski. He's going to get to work with Amari Cooper, new wide receivers, Elijah Moore, Marquise Goodwin, Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Njoku. And keep in mind, Dave, before this year, Deshaun Watson was a top 10 quarterback in the league statistically. I mean, if you look at his 2020 season with the Texans, a 70% completion percentage, 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 112 quarterback rating, and his grade on PFF was a 92.5, and just phenomenal football player. And keep in mind, he still nearly had 400 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. So I would really expect a bounce back from Deshaun Watson. I think, again, we just have to understand the Browns gave him a ton of money, and we wanted him to deliver right away. And a lot of fans had those expectations, but we didn't really understand, I think, the circumstances of this, missing nearly 2 years of football. And anyone who misses 2 years of football, if you're Pat Mahomes, Rodgers, whoever it might be, would have also struggled in a similar situation.
Well, and the other thing that I think we underestimated is first year in a new offense. So he doesn't – one of the things that when he is playing well, it's almost like he gets to the line of scrimmage and he can see how this play is going to develop, and he just gets rid of the ball quickly. It's on time. It's on target. That wasn't there because of the lack of familiarity of the offense, and the offense was built not necessarily around him like it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, look at the moves the Browns are making this offseason. They went in, they got Elijah Moore via trade, which I am still over the moon over that acquisition. You brought in Marquise Goodwin, a good, solid veteran receiver that's going to bring much-needed speed to the position. You have Donovan Peoples-Jones. You have Amari Cooper. You have great, really solid talent at wide receiver. I think they could still draft a guy. But also, David Njoku. You brought back Jordan Akins, who he's familiar with from Houston. This offense is going to look night and day different compared to what he came to last year. I mean, last year, this offense was built around Jacoby Brissett. And in the middle of the year, actually, 3/4 through the year, Kevin Stefanski had to try and change this as much as he could to tailor Deshaun Watson. And it was never going to be a smooth transition. I think all of us wish that. But the reality is that's just nearly impossible to do in the midst of trying to go for a playoff spot. So, again, there's a lot to look forward to this year, and I think Deshaun Watson's emergence and showing that he is that franchise quarterback that all Browns fans have waited years to have.